Hello and welcome to today's video. We're going to be tackling left and right join. So in the previous video, we did inner joins, and now, let's get to understand what's this left join, what's this right join, how is it different from an inner join. Yeah, so we're only going to be using two tables. So I'm going to comment this out for now. So we're going to be answering the first question you're seeing there. So select all clients and show how many made a purchase and who did not make a purchase. Yeah. So I'm just going to do something quickly. Let's also comment this out. Actually, just delete this completely because we don't need it. Oh, I forgot to mention something. Number one, if you're new to SQL and you don't know how to load the data sets provided in the description onto MySQL, I have a link down in the description that will help you do that. And in that same link, there's a link to a tutorial that can help you set up MySQL if you want to follow along this tutorial using MySQL specifically. But whatever you decide to use, honestly, it's okay. You can be using SQLite, you can be using Postgres. It's okay. You should be able to follow along. And yeah, so just a basic introduction to the data set. Let me not assume that everyone here has been following the series. So in case you're new, let's just go through the data set a bit. So the first data set we have is the client list table, which has the business ID, client name, gender, and location. Then the second data set that we have is the purchase record. So it has purchase ID, purchase date, business ID, item purchased, and the value of the item purchased. So the client list table just stores client information, and the purchase records stores transaction information. Yeah. So it's a whole thing in, should I say it's like data engineering? I've forgotten what it's called, but yeah, it just makes your database more optimal when you create different tables that have various interactions over just dumping everything in one place. It doesn't even really make sense to just dump anything in one place. But anyway, that's a discussion for another day. That's a basic introduction to our video. So this question just wants us to join, and get all clients or all our clients here and what they've purchased. And even if they've not purchased anything, it's okay. They still should be included in the data set. So even if someone hasn't purchased anything, they'll still be included in the data set, but now we'll have nulls. So that's where a left join comes in. So I'll start with a left join, then after the left join, I'm going to explain a right join. So the difference between a left join and an inner join, assuming you've already watched the tutorial on inner join, is an inner join will join two tables, yes, but it will only join with what they have in common. So like, for example, if we have 20 clients and from the 20 clients, only 15 made purchases, when you do the inner join, it will join the 15 clients. So from the client table, it will only take the 15 clients who made a purchase and join them to their purchases in the purchase records table. But for a left join, it will take everything that's on the left table, and the left table is usually the first table that is referenced, and join it to the second table, which in our case is the purchase record table. And it honestly does not matter whether someone made a purchase or not. So if someone didn't make a purchase, we're going to have nulls. So yeah, let's just do that left join so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But before we start, just a quick something. So if we count everything that's in the purchase record table, so this particular table has no duplicates, it's just a list of all the businesses. So there are 20, And then if you remember what the purchase records table looks like, it also has business ID, But in this case, they're duplicates. So business 1 made a purchase 3 times, business 2 twice, business 3 thrice, business 4 just once, business 5 a couple of times, So if we come here and we count, but here we have to count distinct, business ID, So we get 19 business IDs. So what this is telling us is, out of the 20 businesses that are listed in the database, only 19 made purchases. So if we're working with an inner join, we'd get a result of 18. So it will just be the 18 businesses that made a purchases plus their purchases, the purchases information in the purchases table. But in this case, we'll have all the 20. Yeah. So we can start. So let me just comment that out, put some space. And what we want to do is, so I'm going to be using aliases here. I won't literally be calling the name of the table, but I'll explain what aliases are as we go. But note, by the time this video is coming out, we'll already have a very short, straight to the point video just explaining what aliases are. Yeah. So what do we want here? Let's say we want everything from the client list table. Yeah. But we also want the purchase. So we also want the item purchased from the, what is this? From the item purchased from the purchase record table. Yeah. So we can write here, comma, item. Okay. So everything from the client list table, then item purchased from the purchase records table. So it's a left join. Yeah. Where is our table? Here it is. Let me go down. Okay, so for now, not for now, so we're going to alias this and call it client list table. Yeah. So if you run this and you want anything from the client list table, you have to use CLT. It will no longer recognize, like SQL will no longer recognize the client list table because now it's been aliased, quote unquote, renamed to CLT. And for the purchases records, let's rename it to PR. So for a detailed explanation of what aliasing is, please feel free to go check out the tutorial. It's already out. As I've mentioned, it came out before this, yeah? So we have to join it on something, yeah? And that means we need to come here and check. So the purchase records table has business ID, and so does the client. So does the client list table. It has business ID. So we're going to join it on business ID. So it's client list table, which now it's CLT dot business ID is equals to purchases records dot business ID. Yeah. So remember, even up here, you need to specify. So we want everything from the, what is this called? From the client list table. Yeah, so you have to specify everything is coming from where? Client list table. Item purchase is coming from where? Purchase records table. So let's run that and see what happens. Okay. So let's just scan. So yeah, let's scan through this quickly and see. See, so there's business ID 9. The client name is Sharon, female from Nakuru. It's now. So what does this mean? So this means, yes, this business is in our records, but they've not made a purchase. So what the left join is basically doing is just, it's taking everything in the client list table and it's joining it to its corresponding, corresponding data points in the item purchase, in the item records table using the business ID. Yeah. So like if you were to do an inner join, what's going to happen is ID 19 is going to disappear. Why is it going to disappear? Because the inner join only joins on what the two tables have in common. Unlike the left join, which takes everything that's on the first table. So the first table is this, which can also be referred to as the left table. So the table that is entered first is referred to as the left table. Yeah. So if you run this, and we scan. So notice this is in order. 19 has disappeared. Yeah. But if we return this to a left join, so if we return this to a left join, notice 19 is back and it's now. So what's the difference between a left join and a right join? So the only difference between the left join and the right join is just a matter of the tables, yeah? So the left join, so the left table is always the first table you call, yeah? And then the second table you call is the right table, yeah? So when you want everything that is in the left table, and then join it to its corresponding data points in the right table, yeah? But now if you want the opposite, so everything that's in the right table and its corresponding data points in the left table. So now you want the second table, which is the right table, to come first, then you use a right join. So they actually kind of do the same thing. The only difference is which table do you want to call first. And you could always maintain left join and just take this purchase table up and then the client table down and still do a left join. But if you feel like, honestly, I don't know who created this. Like me, it's just come through when I've already written my joins and I really don't feel like copy pasting and switching positions. So I do a right join, yeah? So now what's going to happen when you do the right join? Yeah, think through that. So, and business ID 19 is going to disappear. Why is it going to disappear? Because now it's looking for everything that's in the purchase records table and joining it to its corresponding data in the client list table. And in this case, business ID hasn't purchased, business ID 19 has not purchased anything, so they're not in this table. So in this case, this right join is actually doing the same thing as an inner join. You people, this is just tip of the, sorry, my phone. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, see how joins are very powerful. And if you really don't think through them, you can get something that you don't expect. And if you really think through them, an analysis or query that you thought would be like super complex can be very simplified if you just know how to play around with your joins. And so far, we've only tackled 3 types of joins: inner join, left join, and right join. Really looking forward to doing more types of joins with you people. So that's self join, full outer join. And there's some interesting things you can do in terms of like with your normal left, right, inner join, but now you're joining with multiple keys, etc, etc. Like you can do some crazy things, yeah? But I think that's not the point of this tutorial. I don't even know if it's the point of my channel, unless we start acting like interview questions and we find such a question. Because I think those are, yeah. I really don't know. Like, I think I'm still at like the stage of creating like very beginner concepts, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And honestly, I don't use such crazy level complex. Okay, no, I do in other ways. I do, but in other ways. Because I remember there's a time, actually, a colleague of mine had a very interesting problem, and it was just about manipulating the joins and just some like set theory. Yeah, and you know how you have two sets, so let me say 2 circles, and when you join them, the inner join is where the 2 circles meet. Yeah, so how can you write your join to select everything that's on the right? Okay, no, the question is not flowing because I was about to be like everything that's on the right, excluding the area in the inner join. Yes, that's what I want to say. If that visual has made sense in your head, just know that's something you can actually achieve with joins. Anyways, guys, the point of this video was introduce you to left and right joins, show you the difference between left and right joins and inner joins, which we've done. So let me stop mumbling. This mumbling will be saved for when we start sit down videos. But yeah, thank you for staying to the end of this video. If the type of content I create is something that you enjoy, feel free to join the family by subscribing. If you like the content, yeah, smash the like button, share it with someone who you think will benefit from this work that we're doing right here. If there's a particular type of content that you're interested in, be it specific tutorials, specific projects, certain topics like you want me to talk about in sit-down videos, please let me know down in the comment below. Otherwise, guys, thank you for staying till the end. See you in the next one. And yeah, just a reminder, I'm going to share the data set in the link down below. I'm also going to link the tutorial that can just help you load your data onto my SQL and set up my SQL. And yeah, anything else that I might have forgotten to mention, but I know is relevant for you to be able to grasp what's going on here, I will share down below. Otherwise, guys, see you in the next one.